You're good. Put the volume down.
On this?
I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's like echoing. Oh my god. It's terrible. Sorry if that destroyed your ears right now. Can you guys hear me? Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Mic's working. What's up, what's up? Alright. So today we're going to do a Thermaltake build. We got the new Thermaltake Tower 300 case here. It just came out. They, if you were like up on the CES 2024 news, you would have saw this case plastered everywhere, basically on their social media, and other people were enjoying it too. Other reviewers and things like that. This case could be mounted on its side, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to mount this case on its side. But yeah, we'll toss in the components. You'll be able to see it upright like this, and then we'll toss it to the side. And today we're going to be throwing in 4090 into this build, and also 14900 KF. I think something that stands out, we're using a Prime Z790 like we've had before on the stream. You know, that's a good board. I don't think that's the main attraction though. I think the case is really the main thing. This 4090 obviously, and we're going to toss in this cooler. It's an Asus ROG Ryujin 360 rad. It has like an LCD screen on it. I'll explain a little bit more about this cooler once we get to it and stuff. It's a really nice cooler. It has like a lot of other features to it that are different from the other LCD coolers that are on the market. And we're going to throw in a Corsair 3.0, ATX 3.0 1000 watt in here today as well. Throw some Corsair fans in there as well. A little mix and mash of a couple different manufacturers' products here, but it's going to be a beautiful build. Let's get started on it here. Let me make some space for myself. Get started on the motherboard. And yes, I saw some of the questions on there. What's up, guys? I see you in the chat there. What's up, Potato? Reaper. Is that Alexia? Sweet Dreams. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Yeah, I see your question earlier. We are gonna have this case on the premium site. We're thinking about having it on the premium section of our website, but it won't be these specs. It'll be better specs that are in here. All the premium builds that we're gonna have like way higher specs than this. Obviously the 4090 might be in there, something like that, like a higher end card. But the motherboard will probably be different, and some of the fans and stuff like that. So we will have this case probably on our premium section. If not, we will offer this case if you wanted to custom build something or something like that. All right, let's get started. All right. Just to show off too, this is the kit that we're going to use for it to be sitting on its side like that. So if you can see how it basically, instead of vertical, becomes horizontal. It's really cool. It almost looks like the Apex Legends like loot crate or something like that. It's pretty cool. It's awesome. That's the kit that we're going to use to put this on its side. Alright, so today we're going to be doing, what do we got here? So, it's something around, she gave me the DDR5, DDR4.
D4.
Oh, never mind, you know what? I have it here. Cool. Alrighty. And today we're going to be putting some T-Force RGB RAM in there. This motherboard's a DDR4, although it's a 14 Gen Intel CPU motherboard. We will be having the DDR4 version, not the DDR5. Although the CPU does support DDR5, we're going to go with this motherboard today. If we were going with the DDR5, we did have some Dominator RAM that I was going to toss in there. The platinum, not the titanium. But since we didn't have I chose this board instead. And I think the T-Force RAM is pretty nice, actually. The diffuser on the RGB here looks real nice. It pops out in the case. Get that slotted in there. Go top down.
Reading the chat.
Get those slotted in. I do have a little bit of thermal paste here. I use this as a kind of a test board sometimes, so thermal paste in there. Let me get this CPU in there. So 14900KF. So if this does end up on our premium build section, it's gonna have these. The CPU will probably be 14900KF, right? And then it'll probably be DDR5. The motherboard will probably be like an ROG motherboard, or maybe like a higher end, like Gigabyte motherboard or something like that. It definitely won't be the prime board. Although this is a great board for the more premium builds, we do put like some of the more expensive boards in there. Those expensive boards have more features to them in terms of like BIOS, overclocking, troubleshooting features there, like a debug screen, stuff like that. So we would be including that type of motherboard in a more premium build. But yeah, so if this ends up on there, it'll have more premium parts than we see today. But these are still really good parts. We got a 2 terabyte NVMe from Kingston in here. So it would come with a 2 terabyte, probably from a different brand. If not, this Kingston one's really good as well. But for the premium one, we'd probably put like a Western Digital in there, or a Samsung NVMe. So Sonic, yeah, again, it's gonna be like a Thermaltake build with this new case I got. It's a Tower 300, and we're gonna be mounting it on its side. I don't know if you heard me earlier. You're saying it would be a lot better without it. You don't like this case or something? What don't you like about this case? Oh, did he leave?
Yeah, he did.
Sorry. Okay, well, we'll talk to Sonic later. Get his opinions. All right. So got all this stuff in now. Let us move on. Probably gonna go for a little prepping on this case right now. So front panel, push a button there, push a button here, and then it slides off like that. It's a pretty cool front panel. And then top comes off. We're gonna need to get that off to get these other side panels off, work on the fans, some stuff like that. Put this on the side as well here. And these are just magnetic, slide right off. It's a pretty cool case. Okay. Yeah, so I have the Twitch chat popped up here in front of me, and then I got Jerry reading off of YouTube and all the other platforms that we're streaming on. Sometimes he'll read off Twitch as well, but I'm watching Twitch directly, and then he has the other chats popped up. But yeah, hey, glad to have you here, or Twitch, YouTube, wherever you're watching us. Glad to have you, Reaper. Okay, so got those panels off. These panels come right off like that too. Ooh. Little magnets. Just gives me more space to build with, and we'll get those panels back on. And then there's like a little screw kit there here that they give you with some other mounting solutions and stuff like that. All right. So it's so we want the check. Mic check. Can you guys hear me? Yo, yo, yo. Are we back in action here? Yo, yo, okay. Sorry about that. Little technical difficulties. Glad you guys were still stayed around. Appreciate you guys sticking around with us. Why did you just get your phone? There's an echo. Oh, why? Maybe that one's still on. Is there an echo? Do you guys hear an echo? No echo. Okay, no echo. Is buzzing? Is it buzzing? Echo, you hear the echo again? No echo. Is it buzzing, echo? What's going on? More like a buzzing noise. That's what Sweet Dreams is saying. There's more like a buzzing sound. You fix that? Get a quick fix. Yo, 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 mic check, mic check. Is it still buzzing? Still buzzing? All right, the show goes on, you know. Sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all. Sorry if the buzzing is a little bit annoying. We're working on it. But, so I just wanted to explain a couple things that I did before the mic went off. So I was explaining that this case does fit 6 fans. We got 3 on the side here, 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top. We're going to be intaking 4 intakes. So technically it's 3 intake. The one on the bottom here is kind of intaking from the bottom of the case here, which is where the power supply is located. There are some mesh grills here. This fan is going to be breathing from those mesh grills a little bit, but it's not going to be directly up on those grills like this side would be or this side would be. But nonetheless, there are 3 intake here, 1 intake here, 2 exhausts. So we're going to have 4 intake, 2 exhausts. And you know what? I actually messed up. I should have put these 3 intake onto here. So we'll redo that. There's no biggie there. And then we'll have the 1 intake and then the 2 exhausts on the top. So let me pop that back on. So earlier I did put the 2 exhausts on the top here. There's these little screws, thumb screws that let you get this bracket off. It came with 2 140 millimeter fans standard that are not RGB with the case for those exhaust fans. We took them off of the bracket, put those 2 on, and then just put the bracket right back on top, close it up, and it's finished. And then we'll pop back this essentially front I/O, or you know, it has the start button and all the stuff here. This case does have 2 USBs and a USB-C headphone jack and the start button. So we're just gonna put that cover back on there. That's where the exhaust will be coming out, and then we'll be intaking through the radiator on the side there. So let's get this motherboard in, and then we'll work on the radiator on the AO I'm gonna lay this flat just to make it a little bit easier on myself. Cool. Hope you see that on a top-down view. Now my I/O shield here, which I guess in this case we won't be needing. Interesting stuff here. Okay, let's see how that goes. So essentially won't be needing this I/O shield because in this case, the way you access the cables are through the back of the case. So I'll show you guys that right now. Right, let's get this out of here. Have this on for testing like other coolers. I'm gonna take that off. So with this case, it's gonna lay flat like so. Oh, maybe I need a smaller form factor motherboard here. It could be. No, I'm gonna actually need a smaller form factor motherboard here. Wow, I did not anticipate it being a smaller build here. So we're gonna change it. We're gonna do a motherboard swap real quick for something different. Yeah, it doesn't fit, right? It's ATX. I think this is only like MATX or ITX. No, ATX will fit in there. Yeah, so we're gonna have to get a smaller motherboard. Which that's okay. That's okay. Look, see, this is the thing about building. You gotta make sure all your components are correct. And that's a little bit embarrassing for us. We should be on our A game here, obviously. We are a PC building company. But I'm gonna go get a smaller motherboard for this, and then we're gonna replace the parts onto that. We'll pop it into the chassis here. Or do you wanna go grab that? So it has to be Intel. I think we have the B6, something like that. At this point, just get like a ITX Intel, or MATX and MATX Intel. What's that question, Sweet Dream? So changing the position of the, are you talking about the radiator or the motherboard itself? So the motherboard itself, switching positions won't affect the cooling much. Depending where the pump is on the into comparison to where the radiator is, that's what the having the motherboard sideways like that won't affect the cooling. But so the pump always has to remain lower than the hoses of the radiator, so that way the air doesn't get trapped and the pump doesn't have to work so hard. That's the only part of the cooling that you really have to worry about as when you're thinking like how you want to position things. But the position of the motherboard doesn't matter. It could be upside down, and it'll still cool the same way. It all matters on the position of the pump and the radiator. Which that's why you see a lot of these new cases having the motherboard in a different position. Thermaltake seems to be doing this a lot on our giveaway build. You can see the motherboard is also sideways. So just like this case, the motherboard is going to be sideways as well. I guess Thermaltake is just, that's their new thing. They like doing it, and I think it's awesome. It's pretty cool. It's different, you know. Gives it a different look, different feel, right? And the main reason why they did that on this case was so you get the motherboard in here, and then over here your graphics card will be able to breathe from the outside of the case. So your graphics card kind of acts as another intake section, right? Your graphics card is going to be intaking air straight into itself and disperse a little of a bit of that intake into the case itself, and then you get more intake on this side that's just purely fans. So you're kind of getting intake both sides and from the bottom and exhaust from the top. So that's why they had to have the motherboard face this way, so the PCIe slots will allow the graphics card to be here intaking from the outside of the case. So that's most likely why they did it on this case. On their other case, the one in the giveaway, yeah, it's very original, right? It's different. But yeah, on the other case, they also did like a different mounting solution for the motherboard, probably for the same reason as well, because they have so many different ways you could mount the graphics card in that case. And sometimes when you do weird stuff like that, you're going to have to, for the mounting the graphics card, you're also going to have to do weird stuff for mounting the motherboard. Yeah, we're working on getting that other motherboard so I can fit it in here, because this won't fit a full-size motherboard. So we'll get a different motherboard, swap the parts, pop that in there. And I actually could work on the radiator right now as we wait on that. So I did put these fans on. I was supposed to put them onto the radiator first, but no biggie. Right, so this is the ROG Ryujin, the ROG Ryujin 3. That's a 360 rad. So the Ryujin 3 is really good. It's a couple different quality of life changes that they made. Couple different quality of life changes they made to the Ryujin 2. The Ryujin 2 is very popular, very good cooler as well. They kept a lot of the same things, just kind of made it easier to deal with. I think it's just a better pump, upgraded pump. So you get this little card. It's like an augmented reality card. You scan it with your camera, this little robot guy pops up. And then the cooler itself. Right here, this does come with fans. We're not going to be using those fans today. They are like kind of like those fans that link together. I was talking about those fans when I was talking about the Corsair Link fans and the Lian Li fans. So Asus has their own version of those type of fans that link together. We won't be using those fans today. We're going to be using the Corsair ones, the LL2 Corsair fans. You get some like stickers here too. Here's the stickers, mounting solution, the AIO itself. Right. So this AIO has an LCD, right? Has an LCD on top of the pump. You can actually take that off, like so, and you can see under the LCD and on top of the pump is in between those is a fan. So this fan will cool your VRMs on your motherboard, and then the pump itself will cool the CPU. So that's pretty cool thing about this LCD compared to the other LCD AIO compared to the other LCD AIOs on the market. Those LCD AIOs don't have that extra feature of the fan under the screen in between the screen and the pump to cool your VRMs. So this is a really good LCD AIO just for that reason alone. And the screen itself is really good. It's like a crisp screen. What's the resolution on here? The resolution. It's a 3.5 LCD. 3.5 is the size. It's pretty big. Resolution. They don't say here. It has a pretty good resolution though. It's very crisp. When you put your pictures on there, you can put GIFs or videos. Really nice LCD. This is like a protective film they put for the fins. Take that off. pop that out too. And we're gonna have that living on the side here. So I'm just gonna slide that in. We'll mount it like so. I'm gonna have to take these fans off. Yeah, man, take these fans off. I know I put them in before I should have put them in on the radiator first. It's fine. We will fix that mistake now. And we had like almost 3 perfect streams back to back, and we had a little bit of issues on this stream here. Technical issues, spec issues, building issues, a lot of issues. It's alright. Comes with territory. Let's get this fan out of the way. Right. So, it's going to be a tight spot. I might need to even take this bracket off to really fit this in here. But try nonetheless. Get this slotted in there. And we'll get these fans onto the other side of that. Very tight build. With these small builds, they're always going to be very tight like this. It's just come with, you know, making small builds like this. You have to really squeeze everything in, which is cool. You're using all the real estate of your case. You know, you're not leaving any, you know, anything that can't be used, right? There is a screw in the way here. Let me get the screw out of here. Just get that out of the way there. Oh, this is like a SSD hard drive mounting area. We won't be needing that. Nowadays we use NVMe's, so we don't need all that type of stuff. It's good. It's good. Good alternative. You have like a massive amount of storage, and you don't want to, you know, spend so much on NVMe's. You can just get a hard drive. For a build like this, though, I don't think that would be necessary. Put those on the other side here. So, all right, and then we'll mount it on the top there. Yeah, that'll be perfect. All righty. Okay, it's coming together now. Yeah, right. Hey, look, yeah, you're right, Zack Attack. It's not streaming if you don't have a scuffed one every now and then. And look, we'll make the best of it. It's not gonna be as scuffed as it seems, right? Can you go top down on that? I just kind of wanna. Can they see what I'm doing here? Top down? Yeah. So what I did was I initially put the fans in without putting them on the radiator first. So I made some adjustments, took the fans out, slid the radiator in there. There was this mounting solution here for the hard drive or like a SATA SSD. It was kind of in the way there too. But now that I took that out, there's enough space for these fans here. I don't know if you guys can see that. These fans to fit in there with the radiator. It's a very tight spot, but again, that's what happens when you have like small form factor builds here. But like I was explaining, it's really good because you're going to use all your real estate and not leave anything. Any space left, just dead empty space, right? You're going to use all the space you can get. on these type of builds, which really nice. Even on the like the Evo or um, uh, the Y70 that we did, there was a lot of real estate still left over on the right side there on those cases. Kind of that just happens on those type of builds. There's not much you can do about those, but we did put bigger components in those to try to fill that real estate up. Over here, the real estate is going to get filled up regardless of what components you choose, really. And that's another reason why you have to use the AIO or the motherboard, the smaller form factor motherboard. Put those in. It's really tricky, but we should get this done here. Gotta make some adjustments. Yeah, all right. Maybe that'll help too. Line that up. Catching. Yeah, I'll try to get to catch right now. All right. Got those to catch, and then just the final fan here, get this one to catch on. Make space for it. Again, with these small form factor builds, it's really tight, so you gotta make sure you get everything kind of slotted into place, and then work on those screws. There you go. So now smooth sailing.
My bit.
Using my bit. Oh my god. Alright, let's put this.
Did you take a trans 400X with the RTX 40 for 850?
Read those specs off again?
Trans 400X
Uh-huh.
with a 40.
I think that's really great, actually. You could probably save a lot of money getting that 10400. And the 4060 itself is what, like close to $300, 260 or something like that. Yeah, those are really good specs there. You'll be saving a lot of money, and you'll be able to play basically any game with a pretty good FPS. You'll get that DLSS 3 with the 4060. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. That's a good build. The 10 series Intel was really good series there. The 10th gen. Oh yeah, you'd be good with that. You could even run it on a pretty high resolution. Wouldn't be bad at all. Yeah, the 10th gen i5s are really good. Actually, the 10th gen i5s are better than the 11th gen i5s. And then 12th gen, 13, 14, those got even better, right, than the 11th gen and the 10th gen. But it's funny how the older generation was actually better than the newer generation when it came to the 10 versus the 11. So you got yourself a really good CPU there, 10400. And then, of course, the 4060, that's really good. In combination, they're pretty good. You won't get a bottleneck on that. But yeah, you'll save a lot of money as well. Oh, okay, we got a change of specs here. Looks like we're going to Ryzen 5800X 3D instead of a 14900KF. That should still be pretty good. It'll get pretty hot in this case, right? With 5800X 3D. The 5000 series CPUs, they don't get hot much like Intel or the new 7000 series CPUs. But nonetheless, still will get a little bit hot. Cooler like this would be absolutely perfect for a 5800X 3D. But we do have that change coming in. So we'll actually just put all this to the side. I'll still use this RAM though. So I'll pop this RAM off here. And then I think we can still pop a 4090 in there, right? 5000X 3D with a 4090. That's not too bad of a bottleneck. I think we can still throw that in, right? I don't think we need the Zotac 4070 Super. What do y'all think? 5000X 3D with a 4070 Super or a 4090? Yeah, the 4090 is definitely look way nicer. Now we could get a smaller form factor. We could get a smaller form factor Z790, right? So if this did end up on the premium side of our website with this case, we would get a smaller form factor like MATX motherboard Z790, right? Instead of a B550 like this. So it'll still come with a high-end Z790 and a 14900KF. Maybe possibly we could do an AMD variant too that would have like a 7950X3D, and then we would put a X670 in there instead of like the X570 with the older generation AMD. I'm running low here. You want to plug something? 10%. All types of issues today, guys. Sorry about that. But hey, you said can't be a good stream without having at least one scuffed one, right? Alright, so we're going to put this onto the side here. Alright, so we got a B550 Pro 4 from ASRock. Really good motherboard. Comes with a couple RGB headers here. You get all the little doodads with it. SATA cable, the SATA data cables, right? They come with a little sticker. And I/O shield. We won't be needing the I/O shield in this build here. So we'll leave that in the box to take the motherboard out. Get this assembled. So you can see, let me bring back that Z790. This Z790 is actually slimmer than most ATX motherboards here. So this Z790 doesn't extend with like usually there will be like 3 screws across, right? So it's not as wide as a regular MAT or ATX motherboard, but it's not quite MATX itself because it still extends 3 screws long. But you can see the difference. It's still much longer than the B550 that we have here. So just to show you on camera, you know, you see the form factor. It's much smaller, and this case is going to take that much smaller form factor compared to this bigger ATX. So it's going to take MATX instead of ATX, although this is not even standard ATX size as well. It's just a slimmer ATX, and then this is MATX, so it's even smaller. All right, so let's get this CPU in there. So with these AM4 5000 series CPUs from AMD, they got the pins on the CPU instead of the motherboard, as compared to Intel or the 7000 series AMD CPUs and motherboards. So you just gotta make sure all your pins are straight. Get that slotted in there. What's going on here? All right. Make sure the pins are all straightened out. Get that slotted in there. Little latch. Boom. Pretty much all done. Hey, thank you for stopping by, Zach Attack. Hopefully you can catch the next stream, or you can catch this one on replay. Hope you have a good pump at the gym, get some gains. Hey, you never know. You can actually just watch the stream while you're at the gym. Throw it on your headphones. Kind of listen to it like a podcast. But do enjoy your gym time. Thank you for stopping in, Zach Attack. Really appreciate you all stopping by, checking out our stream. We will be having one tomorrow, yes, as well? No, tomorrow? We'll be having a stream tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. And then I think we're going to do the build-a-thon on Friday. So we'll tap into that build-a-thon that we're going to have. That one's going to be crazy. We're going to have 3 different builds. And yeah, for the giveaway, there is a link getting posted in the chat every now and again. So if you didn't see the link, if you did not see the link, it'll pop up again. There it goes. Thanks to Jerry for that. So yeah, just click on the link, get the giveaway. Type !! giveaway and the link will pop up if you missed the link ever again. And yeah, sign up for that. It's going to be a Thermaltake case in there. What was that? Can you read out the specs for that giveaway there? Appreciate you.
5714 KF. Total RF 3.9. Contains Thermaltake E600 MX Hydra Blue Mid Hydra 0.
Okay.
14 times.
So if you didn't hear Jerry, it's going to be a 14700 KF with a 4070 Super, 4070 Ti Super, with the what's the Thermaltake case?
Thermaltake CTE E600.
Thermaltake CTE E600. That's an insane case. It has 14 fans in the case. You guys can see there, if you click on the giveaway link, you can check out the build, a couple pictures of the build there. Absolutely insane build there, guys.
The case not wide, the case is like blue, like
Yeah, it's like a turquoise bluish color there. Very cool.
and the picture is wide, like the inside is wide, all the time they wide.
A Spear AIO. What's a Spear AIO? Is that a certain brand? Spare AIO, or CPU cooler. And it's a white case. And you're probably getting, are you getting it from us? If you're getting from us, we do have a lot of promo codes out there to help you get a little discount, so you could maybe toss a AIO into your build or something like that. Oh, wait, no, that was Fox talking, and then You said it's a white case. Oh, okay. I mixed up the comments there.
We're talking about the giveaway.
Uh,
White page.
yeah, it looks like white in the inside. It has white in the inside, and it's bluish,
Yeah, okay.
baby blue on the outside. It's their 25th anniversary edition of their build, their company, Thermaltake. So they're celebrating that with that case. A couple different other 25th anniversary products they have. Check out their website. All right, let's get this laid back down here, and now we can work on getting this motherboard in. Okay. Oh. Gotta change some of these standoffs here. Actually, it's actually all set up for me. I don't have to change any of those standoffs. Let's get the screw kit. So this is where the screen would live, I believe so. So this is where the screen would live on here. So this pops off, and then you can put a screen there. Yeah. So we'll keep that on there just to talk about it. I'll leave this out too, just so we can talk about it. So this cooler is the Asus Ryujin 3. It's a 360 millimeter radiator, but it's called the Asus ROG Ryujin 3. There's the Ryujin 1 and 2. The 2 was very popular. It had a similar screen on it. They upped the resolution on the screen for the third iteration, which is this one here, and put a better pump and better fans, just better overall compared to the second one, but really close. Compared to the first one was totally different. Had like a little tiny screen on it, but now this really giant screen here, and the pump. In between the pump and the screen, there's a fan here that will cool your VRMs on your motherboard. So that's the really cool part about this AIO itself. It distinguishes itself from all the other LCD AIOs on the market. All the other LCD AIO markets are really good AIOs. Honestly, like we had that Corsair LCD AIO on the Y70 build that we did recently, and that's a really awesome AIO. Also, Lee makes one. I believe even Thermaltake themselves make one too, which they're all great. They all have good resolution. They're getting really good at making these LCD AIOs. Just the only distinguishing factor of this one here, it has that fan in between the screen and the pump that cools your VRMs. So that's what we're going with today. It's the Asus ROG Ryujin 3 360 rad AIO. And if you want to type that into the chat so they have that. Yeah. All right. So we're just going to pop this bad boy right in there, y'all. We got the mounting solution on for AMD. And let's just screw this down here. Third one, yeah. I have the second one at home on my build. And another actually different thing from the second and third one. The second one had this controller that you'd have to plug the wires coming off of the AIO, off the LCD and the pump, into a controller in the back. That controller goes to the motherboard. Now with the third iteration, it just goes straight to the motherboard. You don't have to have that controller anymore. So that was another good thing besides the changing the fan and the pump and the resolution of the screen. Having that controller back there kind of took a lot of space, especially that I have an Air Mini at home, so I didn't have much space in the back for cable management to have a controller there. So I wish I had the third one now. So, but I dealt with it. You know, I use that controller. It's really good. It's not bad. It's, you know, it's same thing. The controller also had like, um, uh, yeah, the controller also had like other extension stuff for the fans and RGB headers and stuff like that. So the controller itself wasn't totally bad. Put the screws in there. Lock in that one. So this build, how much would you estimate this build to be around, Barry?
The cooler and the GPU, maybe $1,000.
Right, just with the cooler and the GPU itself, probably something around $1,000. We are putting a 4090 in here, so I mean you're already at almost 2,000 just with the 4090. So what would we say, maybe 3,000, somewhere around 3,000,
Yeah,
three and a half.
maybe 40.
Yeah. So we are putting AM4 in here instead of the Intel. It would have been more expensive with that Z790 with the 14900 KF. But since we're putting a 5800 X3D, which still is a little bit more pricey compared to the other 5000 series CPUs, it still is cheaper. So that does cut down the price a little bit. But with a 4090 in here and this cooler and the case itself, it's going to run up a little bit. And if you have the LCD here, that'll probably run it up a little bit more. Let's see if I can get this screw out of here. Put the wrong screw in there. So I don't know why Thermaltake does this, but they give you like the motherboard screw that's like different. Yeah, it's like it looks like a motherboard screw, but it's not. I don't know why they started doing that.
What CPU do you recommend it for economic?
Still at a good price.
Yeah.
These I mean these tower coolers out here nowadays, these air coolers are doing really well. I've tested some air coolers that are doing better than AIOs. So don't be fooled that and thinking AIO is always the better option. I've tested myself. Some of these air coolers are better than AIOs. But if you really wanted AIO deep cool, they make good AIOs. You know, pretty good pricing. Corsair has some, you know, lower end AIOs that are really good price and they still work really great as well. What else? I would recommend getting Deep Cool's air cooler, the tower cooler. Can you look that up? I forgot the name of it. Really good. It's I don't think it's the Gamma, but it's very popular. Very popular AIO. I think probably the most not AIO air cooler. Probably the most purchased air cooler on the market actually. Get some screws included in here.
The AK6.
The AK620. That one does have an LCD screen, so it's an air cooler with an LCD screen that gives you a readout on your CPU. It doesn't. It's not like an LCD screen like this one here. It just gives you, yeah, it just gives you like your CPU temperature readout, which is still pretty cool. But you could get like the regular one, and it'll be a cheaper price. So it'll be the same cooler, just doesn't have the LCD on there, but it's still really good, actually. So okay, so they give you two different screws here. And I was just checking which one was for the AM4, which now I have. Put that in there. Yeah, type in. Let's send them the link to that one, and we can we can always order that for your build if you want that. We do use deep cool tower coolers here ourselves, but yeah, the deep cool AK626.
Yeah, it's regular.
That's the regular one. And then on their website, if you want, you can check out. They do have like an LCD one as well. But yeah, if you wanted to save a little bit of money, be more economic about it, obviously you'd get that non-LCD one. But it's the same cooler, just doesn't have the LCD. Yeah, building, you do have to have a little bit patience, but honestly, it's so fun, man. It's so, therapeutic in a way, especially when you get to that cable management section. But really, it's so fun, putting your mind to it, figuring out how all the parts are going to fit in together, especially, you guys saw me earlier really struggling with getting this radiator here. It's a 360 in this small form factor with these 3 fans, and look at the clearance. Just the thickness of my fingers are really like left clear there, and I had to actually take off a hard drive mount just to have that clearance. But again, with these type of cases, you're going to use all the real estate you can really get in here, which is really good, because some cases where you don't use all the real estate, and then it kind of feels empty in a way. You're not utilizing your case to its fullest potential. With this case, there's no way you can miss out on that. You're gonna be using it to its fullest potential. No, that's correct, right? Oh, the wire's in the way. Cool. All right. But thank you. Yeah, you do need a little bit of patience to build. You need to put your mind to it, know what you're doing. If you make mistakes, don't get discouraged. Be calm. You will get there. You'll get to the end of the finish line. Let me just get this last screw onto motherboard here. Okay. Get this guy. Is that back? Take a little bit of finesse. Right. I need to get this guy back there too. I know my head's in the way. I'm trying real hard to show y'all. Okay. I'll show the front end. I'm gonna flip her. Like so. Boom. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of building. You turn this chaos into some type of control, madness, control the madness. And yes, it does take patience. It does take patience. All right. Get this out of the way here. Coming together now. Okay. Get back to the bottom here. That in. Like so. Let's get all the front I/O stuff plugged in as well. It's gonna have to come over here. So we're halfway through the week here. We've been streaming every day, right? Or we missed Tuesday. Had a little internet issue, but we're back in. We're gonna be streaming much more often. Usually our regular time was gonna be every Friday, but we figured this week we'd stream every day, and we'll be back to streaming every Friday, probably even more than that, but definitely every Friday we'll probably have a stream out there for these guys to check out. Panel. I like now every company's making the front panel connector just all together, you know, you no longer have all that separated nonsense. All right, so that's our front I/O stuff. Got the LCD cooler plugged in. A rad on the side, so we got 3 fans there, 2 fans here. Let's get this last fan in. And that's going to be just right on there, bringing some airflow into the case, kind of from where the power supply is going to live. All right. And then, should have got that in earlier, but it's okay. Got these 4 screws that come with the case. Pop those right.
Are the fans rated intake or exhaust?
Those are going to be intake. So yeah, usually you'd have them exhaust. Most builds on most cases, you would have like intake. Some I've seen some that have them are exhaust. I've seen some of them that have them intake, but most of you have an exhaust. Let me set motherboard in before I can make this guy in. I think I need my really tiny screwdriver. Don't have on you right now. But this one's going to be intake from the rad, right? Which that's not conventional, but with a form factor like this, you got to do what you got to do, right? And I mean, it's not bad. It's not the worst thing. It's actually pretty good because you're going to get cold air coming straight into your radiator. So, you know, the radiator is radiating the heat off that from the liquid that comes from the pump straight from the CPU. So it's radiating that heat off, and you're going to have cold air combating that heat, right? So you're going to have cold air coming in, and all that hot air rising from the top, and hot air rises naturally anyways. So it's actually pretty thermodynamic conscious in this case here. That one. Keyboards for the front I/O, HD audio. Let's get that plugged in. All the way in the back. On the top now.
Would there be fans on the opposite side? No, right?
So over here, the opposite side, the GPU will be living here, and it'll be essentially intaking air for itself, but some of that air will disperse into the case. So yeah, you kind of got intake coming in on both sides there. And so that's the reason why you have to use a small form factor motherboard in this case, and have it mounted on the side like this, on its side, because it's the PCIe brackets here have to connect here, and that's a way to get the GPU to be mounted that way, to bring in air that way. So they had to play with the motherboard placement a little bit there. Just put that in. All right. The controller. So this is the controller for the Corsair. It's called the Commander Core. Powered by the data is for USB 2.0, and it's powered by SATA. Just that's going to be for the fans there. To power up the fan power and RGB. Just get a sip of water there. So I'll be able to move them. They won't be in the way much. I'll be able to move those. The CPU slot there. We'll see what this giant 4090, if we'll be able to fit or not. It's going to be really tight, you know. Again, with these type of builds, you're going to use up all the real estate you could possibly use. So it's going to be pretty tight in there. We'll see if we can get to that to fit, but I'm not too worried about the hoses themselves. Okay. You want to show them a little bit of the cable back. Okay, so it looks like a mess. Looks like a mess, but we're going to turn it into an absolute beauty. So Fox, it does come with a manual, and you can look up videos and stuff, but it does come in a manual to show you if you can install that cooler. Just make sure it'll work with the CPU that you have and all that jazz. But it will come in a manual to show you how to install that cooler. So I think I'm just gonna do a little bit quick cable management there. Let's get everything plugged in first. So we'll probably have this living right there somewhere. Right, why not? Seems like the perfect spot for it. Just plug in our stuff now. All these. It's cool because we have 6 fans, right? And this controller is perfect because it also has 6 slots for each fan. Okay, works out perfectly. Looks like a spider web of a mess here. Look at that. You get that all fixed up, right, Jerry?
Yeah. Cable management,
Minotaur. Yeah. It basically is endgame, right? I like to slot in the GPU right at the end. I do a little bit cable management in between it all, and then I slot in the GPU. But in terms of like, yeah, this is the part where everybody basically gives up. They learn how to build, and then they pretty much give up when it comes to doing cable management. Let me just... I'm kind of gunning it here. I never built in this case. Obviously, it's a new case. I'm just winging it here. Yeah, you get used to it. You start figuring out what to do. Right? Make it look pretty. You want to make it look pretty, but also you want to kind of know where you're putting all the wires, just in case you need to troubleshoot something in the future, or, you know, you maybe didn't plug in something correctly, just stuff like that. So you want to know where you're plugging it all in. And but you do also want it to look pretty, right? You don't want it to look ugly, even though it's in the back and nobody's ever going to really see it. You do want it to look pretty back here. So that's what we're doing now. Which I'm just doing a quickie, kind of winging it, just bunching it all together, really doing the tree trunk method here. I like to call it the tree trunk method, where you just kind of, you know, just one giant tree trunk there. Probably hide these behind these clips. So sometimes the cases kind of just cable manage themselves, right? You get these clips here that the cables can live behind. In this case, you guys saw with the Evo was really easy to cable manage. That one had a lot of places where you can zip tie all your stuff on. I forgot one there. That's fine. Okay. Deal with that later. Okay. So there it comes with some stickies, so you could paste it down if you needed to, something like that, right? You can paste it down there like that. Make it look prettier, you know, really pull the wires, align them with each other, have them stacked up on each other, really make it look really pretty, you know, take your time with it. You don't have to speed up the way I am right now. And again, it kind of cable manages itself. Here we are. Okay. Now we get this power supply in, do a little bit more cable management. Pop in that GPU and it's pretty much done, y'all, but it's looking good right now so far. Looking amazing. Check that on the camera. Oh my God. All right. Toss that to the side there. So today we are going with okay. Whoops. All right. So we got this 1000 watt ATX 3.0 Corsair power supply. So it's called the Corsair RMX Shift Series RMX 1000X Shift. There's a lot going on with that name there. Fully modular ATX power supply. It's an ATX 3.0. We got the 10-year guarantee from Corsair, 80 plus gold rated. Let's crack into there. That's a mouthful of a name, right? RMX X Shift Series RM 1000X Shift. It was almost like that AMD, they had the 7900X, right? And then the 7900X 3D, all that. And then they had the GPU that's also the 7900 XTX. All the X's going on around. Yeah, a lot of X's. A lot of these companies like to just XXXX, all these X's. Okay. I could have sworn there was more X's in the. It was like the AMD RX. It was the RX 7900 XTX. Yeah. So Corsair could not beat them out on this one. They were close, right? So let me just take this sticker. I like taking these anti-scratch sticker out. They could cause some static, so I like to take that off. Okay, so but these are really neat. I really like these actually because the cables come out off the side here, so it's like a little bit easier cable manage. Makes it actually way easier cable manage, especially with a case like this. It's going to be really neat, really easy to cable manage with that. Oh, yeah, Minotaur, you got enough X's? Hey, that's not a bad thing, actually, right? Maybe some people can't even get one to become an X. No, I don't have the same issues, right? Champagne problems, I think is a problem. Okay, so let's get we're gonna need this. We're gonna need a SATA. We're gonna need the motherboard.
You're going to need the new 12 plus 4 or 16 pin connector for the new 4000 series cards. Unlike XPG, I don't think this one's 600 watts. I think that one's 450 watts. Nonetheless, still really good. You're going to need CPU. And I think that's about it, right? We don't need any VGAs. I guess this is the new VGA in a way. So we just need those 4 connectors. Throw the rest of the connectors off to the side here. Get those plugged in. Yeah, everybody will get a bunch of X's soon enough, right? But always look at a negative as a positive. That's why it's a good thing. Some people can't even get an X. Get one to get an X. To turn into an X. Love's out there for everybody. Love is out there for everyone. Hey, this is my first love. PC building. All right. It's all in there. I'm going to push these to the outermost slots. Just because of the way it slots into the case here, it's going to give me more real estate to work with. So let's get all those in next to each other there, like so. I think that's looking good. Actually, I need to plug them in afterwards. This is so weird. This is a weird one. Good. Yeah, I might need to plug them in afterwards. I need to slot in somehow. Maybe we'll have some space. Let's check it out. Let's see. Let's try. So this bracket comes off here, and then this bracket screws on to the power supply itself. Right? So this bracket comes off, slot that onto the power supply itself, and then we put the bracket back on. We'll do that after. Kind of just try to slide that in. We'll have to plug these in afterwards, actually. But I'll still have them out on that outermost part there. Alright. Really tight. In there. Cool. Okay, so let's get that in there. And all my connectors will be, some of them will be blocked because of this case. A little bit different, but the ones that I need are exposed. So let's get it. Like so. You can ask us any question here. I'll answer to the best of my abilities. You got a GPU issue? I don't mind helping you out there. I put this on passwords on my hand. Yeah, put in like that. Oh, where do you land? Oh, you know what? What's this? We're gonna leave it like that. Okay. And then like so. Yeah. Yep. We got it. We got it. Okay, I don't got any daddy issues, and I don't got answers for those. We are only PC related questions here, y'all. So yeah, if you have that GPU question, hit us with that GPU question. I will answer to the best of my ability. Okay, so we got that stuff in. Now let's plug them on the side here. Like we first intended. Great power supply actually for that use there. And you can just kind of route them to the back. Great, great, great. I like that actually a lot. Now we can come these back there. 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 Back as well. Oh yeah. It's coming out real neat. And then motherboard. Get in there. Yeah. That one. Okay. All right. Get all that routed to the back there. Get that through the. That's going to be real tight, but it will work. So they made this case very, very tight, using up all that real estate there. I'll not stress that enough. And sometimes in cases like this, you'd have to disassemble something if you put it in already, just to get a part in. You may need to take this RAM off for a second, give me some space. All right. Get that 24-pin connector in there and pop this RAM back on. Again, we are using all the real estate possible on this build, which is really good. You're not losing on this one. Okay. To SATA Tower. There. Punch that up, maybe zip tie it. Now I'm just doing some quick cable management here. Korean fire noodles, huh? Best midnight snack. I forget you guys are international. Over here, we're still mid-afternoon. We're not even close to nighttime, but midnight snack. Fire noodles for midnight snack. I don't know about that. That's for midnight snack. It does sound good, but man, I don't know if I'll be able to handle that in the morning. And I'm a spice guy. I'm a spice champ here. I do love spice, but midnight. I don't know. Nowadays, at my age. You youngsters could handle it still. But I like to keep it light, I don't want to overdo it. I don't know what would you eat for a midnight snack? An apple. I'm boring. Some chips, candy, noodles. What do you guys call chips? I know there's a bunch of different names for chips across the world, like chips, crisps. What else we got? Chips, crisps. Chips in England would be fries, right? And then crisps would be chips, what we refer to as chips. Okay, so tricky part now is getting this. I don't know. We'll go through here. Here we go. There. All right. Now the moment we're all been waiting for. Let's turn it on. Again, there's GPU in there. Okay. Got that there. I'm just gonna lay this down here. Let's lay this down. Oh. Okay. Let's get this GPU slotted in. Move these. Okay. Follow on all socials, be active, sign up for the giveaway. You never know, you could win. We had somebody win a really nice 011 dynamic build just recently. It was absolutely insane build. Oh, yeah, this car is going to be way too massive for this case here. You could probably fit a Founders Edition 4090 up in here. So we're not going to go with this ROG 4090. Good thing we got a Zotac 4070 Super. I think that would fit in pretty well into this case. Is this the white one? I think it's the black one. Oh, no. So you probably would be able to fit a 4090 into this case if it was like a Founders Edition one. Like those slim MSI Slim. The ROG one is just so massive. Won't be able to get that in there. So let's get this bad boy in there instead. 4070 Super, I think, matches up with a 5800 X3D way better. You won't get a bottle. I mean, I don't think you would get much of a bottleneck anyways with a 58 X3D and a 4090, but with a 4070, definitely better matchup. 4070 Super, definitely better matchup here. Let's give it the old peel there. And let's get that top down. Let the top piece in. Careful. And we will change out the, there we are. We'll change out the connector. Oh no, actually the Super does have that 12+4, the 16-pin connector, so we won't have to change that connector out. Get this stuff out of the way. Okay. All right. It's a little tight. I mean, okay. I don't know why? Because there's a. Oh, right. There we go. There we are. Lock that in. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. $2070, 4070 Super. You're in the same lane, just different generation, right? All right, so that is the build there. Now we do have the side mounting kit. All right, let's open this bad boy up too. Get this side mount going here so we could actually make a crazier build. So I put this on here earlier. You could swap that out to just have like something flat there without this opening. But this opening is here. You can put an LCD in the front right here. They'll give you like readouts. You can put a picture, a GIF. So you got LCD there, LCD here, right? And bunch of pictures going on, whatever you want to customize on your PC. It's just a different upgrade to the case. It doesn't come standard with the case, I don't think. Maybe you can order it standard. but we did not get the that part of it. So this goes in the bottom. Okay. Pop out the manual here. Camera. I do that. Okay. So what this does, you put it on the bottom of the way so it can match. Yes. Good. So VPN. Customize the way you want to. Have a little freedom. So little feet. So the case can sit on those feet. Got those feet there. Kind of. Or no. That. Okay. Pretty simple. So, this is on its side. You screw these off, pop that one on. Yep. Pretty interesting, huh? Pretty crazy build. Pretty crazy. It's gonna look like that Apex Legends. Look at that Apex Legends loot crate. Almost. Kind of crazy, yeah. Kind of crazy. Get that opened up here. So it's just like the top part, just doesn't have any I/O on it. Pop that on there like so. Now these. Ah. Huh. Crazy little. Huh. Okay. Oh. Just have to hook into. Forgot the platform in the box. Just put those on. Almost looks like it's kind of some 3D printed material. Now slot it in like that. Slot this one in. So. There you are. Okay. This is a crazy setup here. What? And you lay them down like that. Isn't that crazy? Now, obviously, you put the back panel on, all that jazz. Actually, let me just do so right now. Lay it back down. Okay. Don't leave just yet. We're about to turn this on. That's interesting. That's crazy, huh? You see that screen? You know the center? I don't know. Huh? Hey. Yeah. Okay. Now. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice. Oh yeah. That is insane. Oh yeah, I got it. You want to turn that one off? Absolutely insane having your build like this. You could have it vertically or horizontally, however you want to fit it on your desk at home. I mean, it's absolutely insane. You know, LCD here, you can have LCD there. However you want to showcase your build. Turn off the lights here so you can really see that RGB, guys. It's absolutely insane. So you're going to get the airflow from the GPU in this way, airflow in that way, airflow through here, and exhaust through that side. Or if you had it vertically, you're going to exhaust through the top. Absolutely insane build. You know, you're going to have glass on the rest of it. So you can see what's going on in your build, right? You can see your RGB. Again, you could swap this piece out. Just pop this off. You didn't have the LCD part. Pop that on. Awesome, awesome build. Thank you guys again. Don't forget to sign up with the giveaway. We also will be having a lot more like gift card giveaways, discounts, promos, all types of stuff on our website. So keep checking into the streams. You guys can win a lot of stuff. Obviously, you want to win the main prize, which is that Thermaltake PC that's in the giveaway right now. Thank you for stopping by. We will be streaming more this week. And probably our regular scheduled streaming would be Fridays mostly, but I think this whole week we're going to be streaming it up. Thank you guys for always stopping by, being active in the chat. You guys are the best. Thank you, Minotaur. That's awesome. Appreciate the comments there, man. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of road speed bumps here. We had a lot of issues, technical issues, mic drop, mic cut out, right? Camera cut out, swapping different motherboards, different specs, but in the end it worked out. Appreciate y'all. See you guys on the next stream for sure. Maybe center it a little bit more, no? Yeah, this one's a little bit different than the other ones, yeah, for sure. And if you had the bigger GPU, it would fill up that space there, but still uses a lot of the real estate. Thank you, Sweet Dreams, thank you. Yeah, it's an awesome result. Appreciate you. Just to maybe, I could stand it up just so you guys see how it is standing up as well. So that's like vertical. Right? That's awesome too. That's awesome too. Bands on that side. No, there's no mounting, so it's just a glass. Yeah, because or a mesh, yeah. Yeah, vertically. They built this vertically. They did, want to switch up. This is their new iteration of the T300, I believe, right? So they wanted to switch it up a little bit, but it was actually designed to be vertical. Yes. Thank you, Speed Readers again. Thank you for all the comments. Appreciate you guys for stopping in. We'll see you on the next one. Later, guys.